And here we are, ladies and gentlemen. A little bit of a late start. Was expecting to do an AV8, but it's AV7 right now. So we got Vibe in blue, MVP on the left in pinkish color, magenta, purple, whatever you want to call it. Got a good fight coming up over the B point right now. And looks like MVP or Vibe is taking it back, but MVP is wiping them off, but it's still being contested by 2 Vibe right now. And it is going to be taken by MVP. Vibe is taken off of the point, and MVP is already pushing to the front of the church, trying to cut them all off before they're even able to get out of their area. And there they are, holding them at the 2 choke points, and they're already going to go for a triple cap right now. And tonight with me as my co-host, I have Miss Quinn of the 30th as well. Why don't you say hello, Quinn?
Hi, everybody.
So it is looking like Vibe is trying to push out, maybe making their way on the left-hand side right now to get out into the alley on the left of the church, the road, but they are kind of stuck there right now, not able to move. Not sure why they're not trying to move past them down the road further on the left side of the church, but they were able to muscle their way into the front of the church and now are able to make it onto the point and start to get the cap off. MVP quickly retreating from the backside, seeing that the cap is happening. Got Primal Fury on the mid doors with Dwight and Django in support. But Vibe,
Breezy making the push to A.
yeah, Breezy and Alpha Can are already on there going for the Alpha Charlie because MVP is swarming all over Bravo right now. But Dreams of MVP, realizing what is happening, gets over to the C and starts to do the slow cap by himself. MVP is going to be in control of 2 flags eventually. If Vibe doesn't put anybody at C, which they do, they might get pushed into a triple cap, but I don't think that's going to happen at this point.
No, they've got too many live players on B right now. If Breezy can hold where he is, oh, he just went down.
And Vibe is pushing back into Charlie right now. 4v1. Dreams is underneath, waiting to see. He is...
Somebody needs to spawn on him and give him some support, and this is what happens.
Nobody did, so he is down. And back up we go, and in comes the air raid and the flak. Excuse the loud flak shells going off in your ears right now.
Four on 2 for the B flag. MVP is making quick work of these 5 guys.
They're just pushing in and not making it easy for MVP. Her Vibe is not really making it too difficult for MVP to assert their dominance and hold A and B right now. They did get some spawns off on the front side of the church. Now a full squad there, but Clam Slam taking down Maniac. It's 3v2 now. Django taking down Death. And now it's 2v2, 2v1, and that's a squad wipe 2v4 right there for MVP, taking out Vibe in the front of the church.
What would you do right now if you were playing Did you run down the right side of the church there and try to get somebody past?
At this point, with the way that it looks, MVP has their spots and they know what they're doing. They're going to need to push with smoke somewhere, realizing that they're all set up in their positions. That's probably the right call to try to push the objective on either side and get past, because trying to go in there headlong and get in there by themselves is going to be real tough, which Vibe is finding out right now. But they're able to make their way on the left-hand side, getting in, and the other squad of MVP is coming up from behind them, and there goes Breezy to A. He's going to get out there. Zesty is in the smoke. MVP does have superior numbers, and MVP is swarming around. Not sure if they realize that Breezy and Alf are on the way to Alpha right now.
I don't think they have a clue.
It does not look like it. They're about to find out. As soon as that A flag gets touched, it's going to start to go down.
Looks like Osby is going to make the push to Charlie. And Death is there all by himself.
And gets taken out quickly by Dreams using the Lewis. And this is not looking good for MVP. It looks like there could be a triple cap coming with MVP swarming around A and taking C with a full squad. Vibe does not get A and hold it. It's going to be real tough for them. They're going to have to push out of spawn with a full squad there. And it looks like they're getting spawns off on A. And looking to take out Raw. And Primal Fury is the last one because they do get Raw. But Primal using the Lewis, but quickly gets surrounded and taken out.
Breeze is going to go for some of those revives and make their way down to B. Yeah, they should have left somebody back to hold A. Especially being the only point that they had.
They did get into Bravo, however, so now they're in control of Bravo and can push out of either side, but MVP is going to quickly go out and try to get that triple cap back. Vibe pushing in heavy to Alpha, 4v2 right now. And let's get in on this A action, see what's happening here, because it looks like just the B is being slightly assaulted. Oh, never mind. That is a heavy assault by MVP. Getting in there. Death Note, the only one in there, using the sten, taking out Clam Slam. But Bravo is falling quickly. But Vibe is doing a good job of holding on to a single point of A, but that is not enough for this game mode. They need to get a second point. And Breezy's trying to push in with Ozzy laying down upstairs, listening for him. And had a chance to take him out, but is not able to. Hears him underneath, and the point is going to be neutralized by that single guy at Charlie. Which is odd because I thought it was you had to have a majority to start the cap back, but Vibe is now going to get the Bravo Charlie hold going.
Is it possible that Ozzy's position is outside of the cap point there?
That is a good point. I do believe you are correct. Up on that third level is... Now, see, it's going down now.
It's going down.
So that is very odd, but he has taken them out from distance pretty easily using that Sturm with the one times. And he is able to take a fair amount of them out without too much trouble. Now blindly firing into the smoke, trying to get that kill. And MVP is going to get pushed off. Somebody went up and took Ozzy down. It was Breezy from distance with the Sten. But MVP needed to, or Vibe needed to commit too many people to that Charlie hold and gets wiped off. So Alpha Bravo is now MVPs.
MVP has been doing a really good job of holding that AB objective.
They have been, and now it looks like they're gonna try to get into the original position that they had at the front of the church. Vibe is running right into a whole bunch of guns and gets wiped from the left-hand side of the church. And it's going to be a little bit tough for Vibe to come back with only 7 tickets left in this wall of MVP just sitting at the front of the church. They're not going to be able to do it. They were able to get a double cap for a little while there, but they need to just be able to hold on a little bit longer. And that is it. First round going to MVP. Also, Vibe is playing one person down, which can have a significant impact on the way that the game goes. Ozzy and Clam Slam at the top for MVP, with Death and Zesty on the top for Vibe. Just want to give a quick shout out to Woodchuck19 for giving me a follow there. New member to the 30th. Much appreciated, buddy. Next up, we got Provence on Squad Conquest, which I feel as though it's one of the more evenly matched sided Squad Conquest maps. It is not heavily favored in either side in my eyes.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite, and it actually reminds me a little bit of Amiens from Battlefield 1 with all the building interaction.
That's the one with the railroad track, right?
Yep.
Ah. See, I didn't play that much Battlefield 1, as you know. I was on PC at that point, and I kind of got out of gaming there for a little bit.
For shame.
It's okay. I didn't really enjoy the random bullet deviation that Battlefield 1 had. Not my cup of tea. If I shoot at something, I want to hit it. And here we go. Vibe now in the magenta and MVP in the blue. And it looks like Vibe is only going to send 2 down to Bravo right now. They get there first. They're trying to do more of an even split and not running squads. But they do kind of a delayed push. Yeah, they did a kind of a delayed push, but that squad of 4 gets in and wipes off Bacon and Breezy. But now they are getting pushed off, and they are already going for the triple cap, and it looks like they're going to be able to get this triple cap unless Zesty and Maniac are able to get some spawns off, and they do, trying to push back into Bravo, and the rest of MVP is sitting on Charlie, but Alpha Can of Vibe in the alleyway on the backside, trying to push back to Charlie. Not sure why he didn't just go to A. That just is perplexing to me right there. And MVP, MVP just wiping Vibe off the face of the map, and are now setting up for a spawn trap triple cap, it looks like. And this one is really tough to push out of. Lots of smokes, and hopefully some people that can't hear very well to get past them, because it's going to be a rough one.
MVP has all angles covered on that spawn. Their vibe is going to be having a hell of a time pushing out of this one.
This is going to be tough. Nay, say impossible.
If I had been in that position that Bacon was in, I would have run for B. He should have run down that side of the fence there. Nobody was watching.
Yep, should have taken that opportunity, but does not. And Vibe is trying to push out of the spawn on the left side of it. Clam Slam, though, is holding that angle down very well. Now, MVP realizing that that's where they're trying to make their push, they all rotate except for 2 to get on that side. And it is not looking like Vibe is going to be successful in their run out of the spawn. So, this is what happens when you're not able to win some initial gunfights and get some spawns off.
They're also not really pushing hard enough here because Vibe had a chance to break through, and they're going through a little bit on that left side there, but if they had moved a little faster while they were all preoccupied on the other side of Charlie, they would have got past MVP.
And they tried to push that right-hand side, but MVP just realizing and doing the same thing as before and shifting. Clam Slam taking out Maniac, and now they are gonna get this. They've only lost 4 tickets total for MVP.
Oh. No, see, Bacon's running into Charlie, and he should have just kept pushing A. Running down to B. Nobody's noticed him. And gets the spawn off. But with 18 tickets left, it's not going to help him very much right now.
That was a good push down to Bravo to get out of there, but with 15 tickets, like you said, or however many it was when you said it, it is going to be too little, too late. And they are already getting wiped off that point. And MVP pushes back in and gets the triple cap again, and there it is. It is all over. MVP only losing 8 tickets off of there and getting a triple cap for almost the entire match. That was tough. That was a tough one.
Yeah, that was tough to watch. Feel bad for those guys.
Well, they still are down by 1 person. here we are to the seaside town of Lofton. Well, that's not even really a town, it's an oil refinery. Wait, what is it, an oil refinery? It's gotta be an oil refinery. Those are definitely oil. And Vibe has lost one person, so it's 8v6 now. I don't know if this is gonna continue much longer.
Not if they keep getting wiped like the last round.
And with a two-person advantage, MVP is going to be able to do that fairly easily. However, they do have a person that was just up around a 300 ping.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's Spike. Oh, there it goes to 592 now. They are having difficulties with their router, apparently. And off they go, 8v6, and I am going to go out on a limb and predict another triple cap coming from MVP. Because Vibe has only 4 of them spawned in out of the 6, and they are just sitting back. And nobody's actually pushing the objective. I wonder what is happening. Must be some miscommunication between the team leaders here. I don't know if they were waiting for that 7th person to come back, but here comes the clash at Bravo. Vibe does have numbers, but Ozzy coming in using the 1907. That thing finally has some teeth back in it after the most recent update. And Mathematician taking out Primal Fury with a well-placed dynamite on Bravo. And now it's Vibe pushing the objective to get the triple cap and take this to MVP. I don't know if MVP got caught off guard or what, but it is not looking good for them. Dwight is the only one left, and he gets taken out by Manic, and now it's a triple cap by Vibe for the other way.
Yeah, that's unexpected after the last round.
I'm not sure if MVP pulled off the gas a little bit, but good on Vibe for pushing it to him and taking it right off the bat for that triple.
MVP moving back into Charlie, breaking that triple cap.
And now they are pushing into Bravo as well, wiping off all of Vibe on the left-hand side. So MVP coming back out, guns blazing, taking Charlie Bravo and rocking their way into the front of Bravo, trying to hit Alpha, but Vibe is on the flank, on the backside of Charlie, and they're going to be able to get over there. You know, if they set up a good rotation, and they have their 7th back now, Vibe does have the rotation going on Alpha Charlie, and they are going back again for the triple cap. This is a completely different Vibe team that we're seeing here. Not sure what sparked it, but they are doing much better than they were on Provence.
Oh yeah, that goes without saying.
But Vibe does get wiped off of Bravo by Raw and Primal, and they are gonna need to get back up there or on Charlie quickly. Breezy getting a spawn down low at Bravo before the cap point is taken, and is gonna try to go on the flank, but Ozzy is, even though he jumped over, gets taken out by Dirty Bong, but Dirty Bong is getting shot in the back by Kaztamade. Now it's MVP on the other side going for the triple cap.
Dwight not getting any help with that A cap.
Doesn't seem like
Vibe is
he
just
needs
No, but they're just kind of sitting back letting him take it, too.
Not a whole big concerted effort to try to get back any of these points right now. They are making their way to Charlie, and we'll start the cap there. But Maniac Ego just pushing into a group of 5 MVP. Not sure what he thought he was going to be able to do there.
He was praying.
He must have been praying. And now we have a Blueberry that was quickly kicked, and one of the MVP guys dropped out, probably to make it a little bit more even. That's the right thing to do in that situation. It is not the funnest thing to go up 8v7 and then just get triple cap, so dropping back to 7v7 was the right thing of MVP to do, and I applaud them for that. Vibe getting back Bravo Charlie right now.
Dwight's still holding A, all on his own for MVP. Oh, I spoke too soon.
And he gets taken out. Zesty Nut Juice taking him down. What a hell of a name there. And looks like Vibe is going to go for the Alpha Charlie hold because all of MVP is holed up at Bravo except for Oziv. That is going to be making his way back in to try to take out Zesty. Let's see.
Slam coming in to help out Osby.
And Zesty is getting pushed on 2 and gets taken out quickly by Clam. Vibe seems to be able to move around the objectives and get to other objectives pretty quickly, but their holding ability is needing a little bit of work. But when you have a full squad, probably more, pushing you all at once, that does get pretty tough. But they are making it interesting. Up here at Charlie, Dreams taking out Maniac, and Zesty taking out Dreams, and Vibe is now getting pushed by Primal from the spawn. He's got a Lewis, but gets taken out by Death. And there goes Breezy on the flank again to get Alpha Charlie. Vibe needs to get some spawns off on Breezy to give him some support.
And here comes Dream to try to ruin Breezy's day at A.
Getting pushed by 2 of them, Primal and Dreams. Breezy smart and getting out of there. Does not want to get stuck and is going down low, playing a little cat and mouse game. Breezy trying to get support from Zesty, but Zesty just gets in there a little bit too late and is now there by himself. But Death is going to try and go for a spawn, taking out Raw, using the Sten. Gets the revive right there, and somebody's going for the... Oh, never mind. I thought Primal was going for the long revive, but he is up and takes down Death.
Now he's going for the long revive.
And Vibe, though, is up on the objective, outnumbering 4v3 right now. Big battles going on at Alpha, and a small skirmish just happened at Bravo with MVP coming out victorious. And now it is MVP back with the triple cap, and this is the tough spawn to get out of because you really only have 3 lanes to go down. But they're using that head glitch on the left-hand side to their advantage. But Oziv using a Piot, that is a banned weapon right there. And if this was an actual league match game, that would have forfeited it for them right there. But Vibe able to push back into Alpha and take it. Mac is on the flank, trying to get out to C. Sees Primal trying to get up into that position with the LMG. He's going to have a much... Oh, and they trade. Now it's Vibe going back down to Bravo, trying to get in. Oziv is taking Breezy down at Bravo.
Breezy needs a little more help with these flanks that he's able to pull off.
Yeah,
We've seen him run back and forth on his own on multiple occasions, but he's not getting the support that he needs.
He needs to call out for somebody from his squad. He's got to be situationally aware, look down, see who's dead, and call for them to get on his ass as soon as possible, because you are correct. He is able to get around and see the flanks to get to the other flag. And if they use that to their advantage, they could just set up a constant rotation, because it looked like MVP does a 6-2 hold. 6 people run from whatever objective it is to the next one. And if they are able to just continually rotate around them and hold it for, you know, a few seconds longer than MVP is able to, then they will be able to. And that's exactly what they're doing here, trading Charlie for Bravo right now. Whereas MVP has everybody up at Charlie except for Clam down at Bravo. And Clam trying to take some shots off at the people in the oil refinery. But now it's at Vibe that is pushing with numbers and is completely wiped out by Clam and Oziv. That was an ill-fated push right there that just should not have happened. And apparently I forgot to go offline so nobody would join on me.
Yeah, that might have been me too.
Yep, that was you. I am offline. So hopefully Brett sees what's happening and leaves. Not sure if he actually came in as a player or if he came in as a spectator, because nobody else has come in on the side of Vibe. And I think he did come in just as a spectator.
He did. No, he came in on MVP's side.
And he needs to leave right now. Let me message him. He doesn't spawn in, realizing that he just joined in on something, but now it's Vibe getting the triple cap, fighting for their life with only 12 tickets left, and if they're able to hold this out, they could pull this one back from victory. And Brett does leave, seeing what is happening. And there goes a flare from Eric the Great. That is highly illegal on MVP.
Well, Eric did just join, so let's give him a break.
Well, still.
I know. Nobody likes rules.
Especially when somebody breaks it with a popping a flare above, point out everybody's direction. And it looks like Vibe is actually going to be able to bring this one back from the brink with the triple cap late.
This is the closest round we've seen between these two.
Well, Vibe does have 8 and MVP does have 7, so a whole lot of stuff happened in the meantime, and Vibe able to bring it back. I bet you MVP is calling their 8th and saying, hey, we need you back here, man.
Oh, yeah.
So we got Dirty Bong and Death for Vibe up top, and Ozzy and Clam Slam for MVP up top as well. And now we're off to Snowy Narvik.
One of the prettier maps on the battlefield. All that white fluffy snow.
And MVP is still down at 7 players, but that was a very interesting map with all the back and forth. So be a big old clash here at Bravo as soon as the round starts. So just gonna pinpoint myself right there right now.
Pull up a chair and stay a while.
And there we go. MVP still down at 7 with Vibe at 8. Vibe is not spawning in. MVP is going. I'm not sure what's happening right now. But, oh, Eric the Great coming back in as a sniper again. I bet you anything we'll see another spot flare coming from him anytime now. MVP does get to Bravo, obviously, with that head start without Vibe actually going. And they are not even getting the triple. They're not even getting the back cap yet. There it goes. And there's that spot flare I told you about.
Yeah, you predicted that.
Well, when somebody comes in as a recon and competitive, you always know what's going to happen. It's not any type of mystery. And MVP is just getting to the point and overrunning Vibe. They're going for the triple cap right off the bat, going for the jugular. But Vibe is holding their own, and Eric is in the back of their spawn just launching up those flares. Nobody understands how big of an advantage those flares are. Well, most people do that play competitive. It is, with the way that they are set up now and giving you direction of the way that the person's facing, it is just not even fair, honestly. But
no, it's absolutely not.
MVP is just pushing right in. Macmatician trying to get on the flank and getting in a gunfight with Oziv. Oziv taking him out, though, and MVP is going for another triple cap. And Vibe does have the easier one to get out of the triple cap compared to the other spawn where you got to run up that hill, but it is not easy. But they are successfully able to wipe MVP off of the point and take it back from them. And it is still a 7v8 right now on favor of Vibe. But Vibe is not having much success using that extra person. And Zesty knows Primal is over there on the left-hand side.
Yeah, he's being very cautious right now.
He needs to... And there he goes. He's going to try and run. And gets taken out by Primal.
He should have thrown smoke at the very least.
Yeah, smoke is your best friend when you're trying to run through a lane of somebody like Primal using that Lewis gun. Primal starts seeing the smoke, quickly retreats and realizes it. And Eric the Great, however, using the Swomy, that is also a banned weapon.
Somebody give Eric a copy of the rules.
Just from one to the next, just going from banned recon to banned SMG a medic gun.
It's his first day. Leave him alone.
Oh yeah, I know what that's like. Now it's Vibe on the offensive, getting Bravo Charlie hold, and they are pushing MVP back into their spawn. This is quite the back and forth journey that we have currently going on here, but we got MVP going low side, using that out of bounds area that you're able to get to. Eric taking out Raw, but Dream smartly goes for the kill on the revive, but he gets overrun by the others. Now MVP is trying to push out from Alpha and needs to get as far away from it as possible.
Like Bacon's making that push on the left there to try to run to A, but I think. Do you think he's gonna keep going for A?
No, he is not. And he gets taken out because he did not go for it. MVP back in control of Alpha Bravo, trying to make that push back in to Charlie. Got a good spread going across left and right. This is just a parabellum for both of them, just going back and forth, trading, almost triple capping both sides.
Green working on that Charlie point by himself, hiding up in the corner of that house. Not the best place to go. All it takes is a little bit of dynamite and debris to take you down and kill you.
Exactly. And Vibe is able to take out Dwight on Alpha, not letting the triple cap happen, but a big old fight happened at Bravo with massive numbers for both Vibe and MVP, but MVP gets wiped off. So now it's Vibe holding Alpha Bravo. Now we're both back up to 8v8 on both sides. You can see how much of a difference one person can make in Squad Conquest. That person is not just a gun, that person is a spawn point. And when you need that spawn point, it's important.
It's 2v2 at Alpha right now. He's making use of that bunker, but doesn't save Bra from going down.
Vibe is getting Alpha Bravo back, but MVP is in control of Charlie right now, using the height advantage of that second story to make sure that Vibe isn't able to push out really easily back to Charlie.
Greasy defending Alpha all on his own. Taking down Dwight.
And it is MVP pushing in mass and able to take back Bravo and now trying to get Alpha. But they completely left Charlie open, and that is Vibe's spawn side, so they're going to be able to get that one back. Unless Primal's able to wipe off these three Vibe guys, probably waiting for some support. Gets one of them.
Primal is lethal with that boost gun.
But he gets taken down by Zesty. Zesty going on a tear right there with his Sten. Able to use that to great effect, heading into Bravo. Doing some shucking and jiving there, Zesty is trying to get out of the gunfire. getting that revive off, and it is just a giant battle at Bravo and now at Alpha. They are trying to go and get that triple cap, but MVP is holding on to Bravo.
MVP is making that push for Charlie now. They're not going to be met alone over there.
And now MVP is going to push back up and try to get into their hold positions. Vibe is going to need to use smoke to push them off of this line. This is a really tough line to get people off of. Bacon getting up there, but gets quickly taken out by Dwight.
Primal has been on those sandbags most of the game. Either in that circle of sandbags or those sandbags that are surrounding that bunker there.
And now MVP is in control, holding down this entire map section very handily, with Primal up on there and Oziv as well using the Lewis's. Breezy trying to push Primal, but he gets taken out. And there is the triple cap for MVP. Vibe did have some good pushes there, but MVP is also going to win this one.
Vibe's 8-man advantage didn't really give him an advantage.
No, it did not. And Vibe is back down. Oh, never mind. They're both up to 8v8 now. Next up, we have Fiel. Haven't watched a whole lot of Fiel recently on Squad Conquest, as a lot of leagues have been either banning it or it's just not been played all that often. Not sure why. It's a pretty okay map in my eyes.
I like playing this one. I don't understand why so many people skip it.
Neither do I.
Burn it.
I'm going to take off weather, though, right now before. And goodbye, weather. And there we go. A nice, beautiful, snowy mountaintop of Fiel. And you can go pretty far and see pretty wide down into the bay area with all of the ships. And there's even a town down there that I never noticed. Very interesting. But let's get back up to the actual play area. And a whole big old clash is most likely going to happen down at Bravo. But they could go for the Alpha Charlie or Charlie Alpha hold. We shall see right now. And it looks like a pretty even split going for MVP. Got Clam on the right-hand side in support with a full squad. It looks like they're going to do that Alpha Charlie because they got 5 going there, and they only got 3 sent into Bravo, and Vibe is pushing in numbers to Bravo. So if MVP is able to push through into Charlie, they're going to be able to get Alpha Charlie relatively quickly, and Vibe is using Eagle Pass to come in, but they are gonna have to push the backside because Charlie is already being taken by MVP. But Vibe is on Alpha using smoke, and Primal is up on the side of the mountain there, taking down a whole lot of the MVP guys. And MVP is in good hold, in control of Bravo Charlie, and now they're gonna get Alpha back for the triple cap. They just need to wipe off the full team off of Alpha, because that is where they are all at. But Vibe pushed in mass numbers with all 8 and are gonna be able to take Alpha back, but they need to move out of there quick and go grab another flag.
I don't think I've ever seen that many push one objective that was a spawn objective.
That is the definition of a Zerg right there. And now Vibe is going to try to do the same thing that MVP did, sending a full squad on the backside of the mountains through the little village area. Clam and Cap are the only 2 at Charlie. 4v2, Eric taking out Clam. Now Cap, the last one on Charlie, getting pushed. Having a gunfight at distance with Eric, and Eric takes him out with the Lewis gun. And Vibe is now trading Alpha for Charlie, and MVP is just holding on to Bravo. Looks like Vibe is trying to push in to Bravo from the A side objective, and Dreams is just laying down fire at Death, and Death quickly and smartly retreats, waiting for some spawns. MVP Dreams has that really good head glitch right there on the sandbags. Let's see what he's doing. He is on that sandbag, just looking down the lane, making sure that nobody can come down there. Quickly retreating back, and not sure exactly where he's going. He probably hears from his teammates that Eagle Pass is being pushed hard.
Yeah, he's gonna set up on the other side there, being watching.
And he's gonna need to be there because here comes a full team of Vibe, it looks like, and quickly taken out. Quickly gets taken out, but able to take out a few before he does get taken out.
Vibe doing a good job of reviving down near the B point. And they've got 2 pushing the backside of the mountain. There goes Breezy with his flank again. And loses his companion. Primal's set up with that Lewis gun again.
He just has all of the good spots picked out, and now it's Vibe in control of Bravo Charlie, but they're all kind of stacked up on Bravo right now. They got Eric in the pass, taking out Cap, but he's going to get faced by 2, but gets spawns off. There's going to be a big old battle right in the Eagle Pass. And MVP is trying to push out from RA, but it looks like MVP or Vibe is doing a hell of a job holding down their lanes, but the left lane coming to C is wide open for MVP to push. And if Vibe isn't careful, they're going to get triple capped again. But people realize that Charlie is left alone, and people start to spawn there to make sure that that doesn't happen. And Dream's going for the long revive in the middle of nowhere without smoke, able to get it off. He got super lucky right there.
He did, but Raw's running into 3 people right now.
If he's able to pull this off, which it looks like he might be able to. Mac on the backside, and Raw getting shot at, and takes some pot shots at Mac. Mac sees and gets taken out by Death Note with the Sten headshots. But while all that was going on, Vibe was pushing into MVP territory of B and is going to get it back. Dreams is the last one on the backside with 3 Vibe in support. Now 3 again as a spawn happens, and Dreams trying to push that objective by himself is not going to be able to take out the other 3.
No, these guys need to stop running solo and call out for help.
And Vibe just relinquishes B, it looks like. Didn't even try to stay and defend it. They tried to push up through Eagle Pass to go and get to Alpha, which they're going to be able to do, but makes no sense why they left B wide open like that.
No, and they left it wide open for MVP to move up the bottom side of it to Charlie now. Vibe is really making use of that Zerg move this round.
Sie haben keine Chance! Bringt es zu Ende!
Vibe is almost able to get the triple cap, but Raw goes on that flank all the way to Charlie to make sure that that doesn't happen. And now MVP pushing back into A, gonna get this Alpha Charlie hold unless Vibe can push all the way into Alpha. It looks like they're gonna possibly be able to, using numbers to their advantage, but MVP is pushing Bravo and takes the only 2 defenders out there quickly. So now it is Bravo Charlie hold for MVP. But Vibe, seeing that, decides to come out of their spawn. Raw being only MVP and gets taken out from the spawn area, and Vibe is going to be able to take him out by Captain coming back in. This has been a back and forth battle.
Has been. Captain's gonna have his hands full at Charlie.
Taking down one. Moving and taking down another. And I don't think he realizes he just jumped out in between all of them. And he's chucking some dynamite and gets taken out by Death. It was a good move on his part to try to shuck and jive out of there, but getting surrounded by 4, it's not going to be easy.
No, it was a good try though. Couple of little battles going on either side of the mountain.
And Vibe is trying to push both objectives, left and right. But MVP has a full squad on that left-hand side area and is holding well, but Oziv, not sure. That guy is on top of the... That's... okay. So MVP able to stop that push on the left-hand side, but Vibe is able to get into Alpha, going for the Alpha Charlie hold. And now it is the role reversal again. Vibe in control of Alpha Charlie. But they completely left A again to go for Bravo. I do not understand what they're doing.
No, they've done that through every map that we've watched them play on. They're just not in the habit of defending anything that they have.
They need to realize to at least leave one person at an objective, because now... Well, MVP just completely left Bravo wide open for Vibe to get in. Now they see that it's going down, and Clam, Dreams, and Cap are going to go back. Both teams are really good about making sure to leave a person alive off of the objective, get the spawns off, and run back in, but they both need to really work on their objective holds and to count out the squad kills, because they are obviously leaving people on the sides of the points that they don't know about. Vibe trying to push back into Bravo, not able to. Manic is getting pushed on both sides and gonna have a tough time getting out of this one, and is not gonna be able to. So MVP is now gonna be in control. Vibe did some really good things there, but they were just not able to lock down positions for too long without either pulling off of them or just getting Zerg rushed and pushed off of them. And it's MVP taking down another one on Fiel. Breezy and Death for Vibe taking the top, and then Oziv and Cap on the top for MVP, and Vibe loses one more person once again. So back down to 7.
I don't think Vibe can afford to lose a player right now.
No, they definitely cannot. And now we go to Underground, the worst map for a streamer. So we'll be hopping around from first person to first person's perspective, as it is really tough to do any type of shoutcasting inside of any given objective, because you really can't see them all at the same time.
But they did do a really good job with this map for play.
Yeah, they did. I'll give them that one. And into the tunnels we go, but Vibe is back down to 6 again. And that is not going to bode well for them at all. I guess we'll just go back outside and pick a person once they spawn in to go into first person with. Vibe back up to 7, however. So I guess we'll come in on and away we go. Got them pushing in. Gonna watch Clam Slam for a little bit right here. See what he's all about. Oh, never mind. Excuse my lack of knowledge of how to do anything, but for some reason I can't seem to get rid of... Okay, there's third person. Actually looks kind of good. Hey, Osprey, how's it going? Good to see ya. Let's just move in and... There we go. Watching Oziv right now, pushing through the train area. Smartly waits for the revive to go off and doesn't get the kill, so he's gonna have to face a 2v1 right now. Takes one down. And the other guy gets taken out from the other side. And it is MVP doing a really great job of holding Alpha Charlie, and they are trying to push in. He should shoot that dynamite. And there it goes. And now MVP is up into Bravo, trying to get this triple cap.
Nothing but trouble survived.
That is what it's looking like. They are having a tough time trying to push around here. And it looks like Vibe is gonna get triple capped quickly right here. They got people all stacked up on the sandbags back here. And trying to push out from the sandbag area. I'm not sure what the plan for them is gonna be.
I'm not really sure what Cuddy you throat was thinking lying up on the top of that train car there. He wasn't really doing anything to help anybody.
But Vibe is able to make it into Charlie, and he's gonna take that point. But MVP quickly pushing back into the Charlie point to get the triple cap back in their favor. Cuddy on the LS right now, trying to push back into Charlie, going for the long revive, getting pushed right now. He's going to get taken out, and Oziv just drops bacon cakes with the revolver. But Vibe, seeing what's going on, pushing back into the point. Oziv gets taken down by Mac with the Thompson.
MVP continuing to hold A. I don't think we've lost that objective the entire round.
They have not. That I don't even think it's been pushed as of yet.
Los! Erobern wir das Ziel dort! We have lost objective Caesar!
Vibe is now making their way into A. Fortunately, Primal was left there all by himself.
And Vibe pushing into Alpha, doing Alpha Bravo hold now. That triple cap can be coming back from, but it is going to be rough But if they're able to hold, then they can come back from that deficit pretty easily. Just gotta make sure they get all of their revives and make sure that MVP isn't able to swarm like they are into Alpha right now.
That was a complete wipe on Alpha.
Yes, that was. They just push with numbers, and they are trying to push back in right now. Impact nade coming in, and Manic taking out Dreams. Clam Slam on the Thompson, using the head glitch there, taking out Mac, using the tractor to his advantage, but is currently get some spawns off on him, and able to take out Cap. Gets put on fire real quick, but MVP is doing a heck of a job just holding on to Alpha Charlie right now, but Vibe gets to Charlie. It seems like MVP is all stacked up on one objective and is not able to really get out of there as of yet. So Vibe is getting Charlie Bravo. Now they're the ones that are doing the full rotation, seeing that MVP is clumping all up together and moving around them and taking cap points away.
Yeah, but they sent Dirty Bong to A by himself again. This is a continuous problem with this team. They don't send anybody to help their flanks.
Look at that. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a full 6-pack of MVP stacked up, trying to push into Bravo, doing that 2-6 variation hold that so many teams have been using. And Vibe seeing what's happening up at Bravo, getting up in there, but they are all stacked up in one of the stairwells. They need to, but they are successful, but get run up from behind and wiped off. And Manic going in, trying to take out one, but is not able to. But again, there is a small amount of people from Vibe getting onto Alpha. They are doing this rotation quite well.
They're definitely doing a better job of rotating than MVP is.
Definitely are. MVP just seems to be stacking up. Oziv taking Eric down with the revolver. He has been lethal with that thing. Now we've got 5 of the MVP on Alpha, but quickly starting to lose Charlie. But no, they are not. Vibe is not able to, and MVP is in a triple cap situation. This is devastating for Vibe right now. There's already been a single triple cap for MVP. This is going to be the second one, and it is tough to push out of these in this area. As long as you know how to hold and where to lay and sit, it is dang near impossible to get out of your own spawn. But they are successful in making it over to Charlie, and Vibe is in there and gonna get it, but that triple cap, both of them hurts real quick. And MVP is trying to use the underground to push back in, and they're not going to be able to, so Vibe is going to hold on to Charlie, but 1 point is not enough to hold on to this.
Those 2 triple caps were too devastating to Vibe.
Definitely. It is such a fast ticket bleed once that triple cap gets put on. So that's going to be it for this one. MVP pulling this one out again with 2 triple caps. And down they will go. doing some good rotation work, but MVP using that 6-man push to wherever they're going, just overwhelming them with numbers. So let's hope the next map is a little bit more spectator friendly. That's really the only one that really isn't that good. And up next is Merida. Merida is a good spectating map, so this will be good. And we'll see what the tactics are by each team, whether they do the spread, they do a zerg, or some variation of the two. The one bad thing about this map, though, those planes that fly by every once in a while, just droning. Yeah, that gets really annoying.
It's just there to create atmosphere.
Well, it's not good for audio, and I don't like it.
Well, put your complaint into DICE, and I'm sure they'll change nothing.
I've complained to DICE about several things. You know what I've gotten in return? Nothing.
Nothing?
Just like everything else. Nothing. It's not like I'm asking for much. You know, just fix the game. Alright, enough of that talk about DICE being terrible.
Well, we didn't say that.
Oh, I just did. Whoops. MVP is on the left in magenta, and Vibe is in blue on the right. And Vibe has a really bad habit of not spawning in. And because of that, MVP just overwhelms them in the initial push. A full squad of Vibe has not spawned in still. This is, and there goes one, but this is just utterly perplexing, and there's those dang planes. Leave me alone. And Vibe is just completely spread out all over the place.
I don't even know what to say about Vibe right now, because
they just seem to be very disorganized right now. Not sure what's happening because, you know, sometimes communication breaks down if you're getting handed some losses, as they are throughout this match. But they are making some moves now, getting hopefully on the way to Charlie. They are in Bravo, taking that down, but MVP is at Alpha already. Luckily, Vibe did not allow them to get the triple cap, but I'm not sure what the tactic here is, but they're all running to the aid of like two people in the middle, and that's going to allow MVP to push Bacon Cakes by himself in a corner on Bravo. They are all moving in a pack and just being surrounded right now, but Dirty Bong getting a good double right there with technically a triple on the kill feed right there. Luckily, Vibe is able to push out of the middle of the street and get to Charlie, but MVP is swarming like they do and have Alpha Bravo hold. Vibe needs to get somebody to spawn back on their actual spawn point at A and get in there.
Yeah, I'm really surprised that they're not doing anything about A right now.
Yeah, the entire MVP team is in the middle of the map. All Vibe needs to do is send one person to A to start that cap. People from MVP will start to go there, and they can get pushed from behind and shot in the back.
It's like both teams completely forgot that the A objective exists.
I mean, I've seen some TDM matches turn into some craziness right in the middle of town, but this is just And there, Eric finally coming in at spawn to get Alpha, but they're going way too late. They're going to get pushed. Vibe is going to get pushed on all sides and gets wiped out of the town. So now MVP, even though Vibe is taking Alpha back, they're going to get Charlie quickly there in return. And Captain coming in using the Panzerfaust, quickly getting taken down by Dirty Bong with the Type 100. Seeing some interesting different weapons that you normally don't see. The Sten, the MP40 being used by some of the medics on Vibe. But, I mean, they can be used to great effect if you land headshots, because they do massive damage when headshots are gotten. And Vibe now in control of Alpha Bravo. Alpha Charlie going for the triple cap now. But MVP recognizes and sends people back to Alpha. Now Bravo's going to be swarmed from two sides. Clam going in from one side, Primal on the other, Aussie on another. Bacon is able to take down one. And a whole lot of mess is happening at Bravo right now. Dynamite is going off everywhere. And it's going to come down to who's able to outmaneuver the other through some gunfights. Christian going for the revive. He needs to realize and hear somebody is right behind him and not go for that revive at that point. And now MVP is swarming Bravo, but Vibe quickly recognizes and gets to Alpha. And Vibe
Like the
has
MVP
Alpha.
is going to send a couple of their guys down for Charlie, potentially.
Yeah, they do get Dwight back on C right now. Trying to get Bravo Charlie, which is their home flag, and Bravo. So they can be able to push and try to get the hold back in their favor. MVP should have somebody spawn on Dwight, because one person capping takes forever.
It does. Doesn't matter how close you sit to that flag.
And it's only so good. And now the tides have turned for Vibe, because Alpha Charlie is starting to be held by MVP, because they all Zerg rush to Bravo. And not to Bravo, but off of Bravo. So Vibe is going to be able to get in there and get Bravo. And now Alpha being taken back by Death. Vibe able to push back in, but MVP pushes back harder into Bravo, and now it's a big old fight happening down there at Bravo again. MVP looks like they're gonna come out victorious, but it's a back and forth battle with a whole lot of MVP and not a whole lot of Vibe down there.
Yeah, most of their fight has been happening in the middle of the map, and if it's not there, it's at B. I'm sending a couple of their guys over for Charlie, but Dwight's chasing after them.
I was about to say, it looks like Dwight is hot on their trail. Taking one from behind right there. Let's see if he's able to push in. He's getting shot at and is taken out from the window by Eric. And now MVP swarms all over Alpha with a full squad, minus Oziv that is going up on the road. Clash between Cap and Oziv takes him out. But Vibe smartly gets some people over to Charlie to get that, but Dreams is now on the flank back to Charlie, and I was about to say, if Cut is leaving Charlie, that is an ill-fated mistake, leaving it wide open. We've seen them do that several times now, but he does not allow that to happen. MVP is going 2v1, quickly getting taken out by Cut with the Sten.
Looks like Dwight's going to try to make the same flank that Dreams did.
Being pursued, Cut, and he's getting pushed on both sides. If he's able to pull this out, and he's not going to be able to, because Eric is going to be able to close that window opportunity for him and not allow him to get back up to Charlie. Vibe on the Alpha Charlie hold, but Vibe is pushing back into Bravo, but Primal with a well-placed dynamite taking out Bacon Cakes. Bacon Cakes?
Bacon Cakes?
Wow, it must be late because I can't read anymore. So MVP is now going to be in control of Bravo Charlie as Vibe sends a full squad back to Cap A.
MVP gonna send some of their guys at the top there over to A.
And topside road and mid road, and they're gonna meet Maniac and Cap and Death in the middle. Dwight taken out by Maniac. Costumade on the flank, trying to get around. He should have just continued on for the Alpha flag instead of trying to engage, because he gets taken out.
Yeah, that was not smart.
But it kind of worked out because he's now going to be revived. Death not hearing them going for the revive. It's a subtle sound, but you can definitely hear that revive sound. And he gets lucky and is going to be able to make it into Alpha.
There's a 1v1 going on at Charlie, and Bacon Cakes is taken down.
So MVP is just able to take over objectives pretty quickly and easily from Vibe wherever they're running, because they are running in a larger pack than Vibe is holding. And in comes a smoke barrage on Alpha from Vibe, trying to push back in. Primal Fury is going to pull back off, using the head glitch to his advantage, taking out Dirty. And now it looks like MVP is going for the jugular, trying to get this triple cap, which it looks like is gonna happen. But Eric is able to get off the spawn at Bravo, so they might be able to push back in, but he needs to go for and not run out in the middle of the street and gets taken out. Bacon taking out Christian from the top. Bong, the only one left down there. He needs to get some spawns. Dreams trying to hop over, taken out by Dirty. Cuddy in the corner had the captain, had the height advantage on him, but Cuddy is able to take him out. But MVP is in that triple cap once again, and this one is going to round it out right now. Got Dirty and Death on top for Vibe, Clam, and Christian on top for MVP. And once again, Vibe's tactics of running in larger numbers are victorious.
You mean MVPs?
Yes, thank you for correcting me. As I said, it is late.
It is.
And I believe that is it, because they did start on Devastation. As soon as we spawn in and see if anybody's left, we will probably conclude this shoutcast of MVP versus Vibe. Started off a little lopsided with Vibe only having 7 and MVP 8, and then a whole bunch of shenanigans happened in between, but it was MVP that is able to take down Vibe. Vibe back down to 7, MVP at 8. So, not sure if that's it or not. Perhaps the two leaders are talking right now. I know that's what I do with the other leader whenever I'm in between a game. And everybody seems to be staying in, except for that one person from Vibe. People are spawning in, so I guess we'll stick around for this last one. But after this, I am going to have to get off and do something else, because I am falling asleep.
You just need some coffee.
I could use some coffee, that's right. Could use some coffee right now, actually. So MVP is pushing on to Charlie to get their cap. Vibe doing the same at Alpha, and the meet of the century is going to be happening at Bravo. It is 7v7 as Dreams is not spawning in, perhaps doing that out of fair play. But we do have Oziv that is using the trench carbine. That is not comp legal whatsoever. Luckily, he...
Well, it's not the first time we've seen banned weapons tonight.
That's very true. And luckily, he did not throw up that spot flare that Recon has in their back pocket, usually. Vibe got the cap first on Bravo, but now MVP has pushed them off of Bravo and is going for the quick triple, but Primal the only one on Alpha right now. And is waiting, can hear some people coming around, and he's playing the waiting game. He is letting them go. And we'll see if he realizes there's a person right there. He's keying in on both of them. I think he's doing the smart thing here, letting people run all around him, trying to push out. And now he's going to open up on them, taking out Cap. Takes out Death, coming up from behind, and doesn't have to take out that last person because somebody else does it for him. That was a well-laid plan by MVP right there. Having Primal sit in the backside of Alpha, waiting for the rest of Vibe to try to push out, and then just collapsing in on them. And thank you very much again for the sub, Uncle Brada. And of course I missed you, buddy. It's always a great time when you're around. And MVP gets the quick triple cap in. Bacon. And I'm sorry, Oziv was using the PO8, not the trench carbine. My mistake. Still doesn't matter. It's still banned. But Bacon is pushing the middle of the church. Dwight definitely hears him. So this is going to be a little cat and mouse game. Bacon hopping up and over and is able to take out Dwight with the Type 100 from distance. But he is being swarmed by 4 other MVP. And gets quickly taken down. And that was really the last great hope for MVP or for Vibe to not get triple capped and spawn locked. If they know where to sit, it is impossible to get out of this spawn trap. But looks like they're being hesitant and not locking it in quite yet. Not sure if that's deliberate or just hesitancy.
I think they're just trying to hold on to it for as long as they can without giving up too many deaths.
And yep, it looks like they were just being a little methodical, and now it seems like they know what they're doing and have gotten into all of their spots. MVP Dreams up on top of the train car with the Lewis 3 times. And unless Vibe is able to use smoke and push out, this is going to be a quick one for them. And MVP's Oziv is pushing the objectives, still using that PO8, but oh well. People don't read the rules. It's okay. No, it's not. No, it's not.
No, not in competitive.
No. That is why there's rules, and that's why they should be enforced. Vibe is just holding back in their spawn, waiting for some people to throw some smoke to get them to the A objective at least, and they're able to get there. But Cap, who is using the STG with the aperture sight, able to take down Captain Smokey from distance, but he gets taken out from distance by Mayanek. Oziv has switched to I believe that's the Car 98. I'm not 100% sure with the sniper rifles, as I really don't use them. But
It is a car 98. You're correct.
so somebody must have told him to get off of the PO8 and pull out the bolt action, because that is the only type of rifle that is allowed in comp. Bolt actions only, no semi-autos and no trench carbines or PO8s or anything like that. Ooh, Oziv taking out Bacon Cakes with a headshot, and this one's going to be over before it started. MVP just able to push Vibe all the way back to their spawn and get the triple cap quickly, only losing 12 tickets. And
Much the same thing we saw on Provence.
pretty much, that is exactly right. So MVP takes that one down, and do believe that's going to be it. So, just want to say thank you very much for coming out. Osprey, definitely. Brada, much appreciated for the sub, as always. Great to have you guys. Goliath Cap Blues, much appreciated for the support. And Devastation again. What is this? What do they keep? This is a weird rotation. I don't get this. But I'm spawn back in and see if anybody's left. Yeah, I will be back on to do some pubs in a little bit to Uncle. But I'm gonna get out of here. This has been good to watch. It's always a fun time watching some competitive, but looks like MVP is just overwhelming Vibe right now with their tactics and gun skill. So I'm gonna get out of here, and I will have this uploaded on to YouTube and disperse the link far and wide for people to watch back. But for everybody else that was here right now, again, much appreciated, and I will catch you next time. Laters.